Make my funk the P-Funk. I want my funk uncut. Make my funk the P-Funk. I wants to get funked up. I want the bomb. I want the P-Funk. Don't want my funk stepped on. Make my funk the P-Funk before I take it home. Yeah. I dig. I'm doing it with my sunglasses on. That's a law around here. You got to wear your sunglasses so you can feel cool. I don't have mine. I don't feel cool. Lean. Y'all should dig my sunroof top. Alright. Y'all funk for a while. Sounds like you got a 300 though to me. And I was down south and I heard some funk with some main ingredients like Doobie Brothers, Blue Magic, David Bowie. It was cool. But can you imagine Doobie in your funk? Ho! B-F-U-N-K, yeah. Smooth funk. Make my funk the P-Funk. I want my funk uncut. Oh. Okay. Okay. Good news, by the way. Good news for nobody here, because nobody's here viewing. I did some mathematics. I like mathematics sometimes. Sometimes mathematics like me back too, and that's always nice. So I was doing the math, and I realized that now I had some money in my account that I have reserved for my car life insurance whatever combo, but they don't take that out until September 7th. Right. So I went, that means that if I were to spend that money, with the intention of it being put back in when I get paid from Lou for the commission, that I'm fine. And I said to myself, I said, you could buy those new things you need for the stream, then technically, and not have to worry. Because you're going to collect the money this weekend. So therefore, there's no concern there. Right? I said yes to myself. I said, self, go order those things. So Wednesday they should be here. Now, depending on what time they arrive, I don't know. That's the thing. So I may not be ready for Wednesday's stream. They may be put on for Thursdays, but I will have a new camera. Well, I'll have the capture card, so hopefully the camera I've had sitting there for about a month now works fine, hopefully. And then I'll have the new microphone, new mic cord, so hopefully they work fine too. Also ordered 2 tubes of paint, so I can now kind of liberally fuck around with my cerulean if I want to, which I probably want to, but my funk stepped on. Make my funk the P-Funk before I take it home. What are you doing? Get down. Before I logged on tonight, I was playing a little bit of Rocket League. Talk. Anyway, just to keep the cobwebs off a little bit. I don't get to play near as much as I used to, just because I don't want to, because it was getting really bad. I was starting to get really aggressive when I was playing. So I was like, all right, I need to stop a little. And then what I do is I make sure I practice for usually about 15-20 minutes every night before I start trying to play online. I'm actually starting to pick up dribbling, which I'm actually kind of psyched about, because if I can get that down. The problem is I can do it in practice, but once it comes to real life practice, in game, I suck. It's like immediately like, oh, I forget how to do this entirely now. But anyway. But there was a game I was playing right before I came on here that... Oh, was it right before? It was about a half hour ago, maybe. No, not that long. About 15 minutes ago. 20 minutes ago, something like that. I had 7 saves in the game, and we still lost. I was standing on my goddamn head, and we still lost. And my partner dropped out immediately after the game ended, right? No good game, none of that, like, you know, polite bullshit like you normally would do when you have a game. Because we lost in overtime, too. So, like, we lost, you know. And, he definitely, like, quick rage quit. And I was like, dude, so I posted on there real quick to the guys that were on the orange team. I'm like, how much you want to bet he blames me for the loss with 7 fucking saves? So I couldn't stand on my head any fucking more. Block those fucking shots. I even sent the replay to some friends of mine that, you know, I play with sometimes. I'm like, this hurts. This just hurts. It's like, there's just nothing that, you know, will ever make that feel good. I just realized I forgot the business stuff, didn't I? I remember to do that when I start the damn thing. So it's done and out of the way. Alright, why aren't you playing? I'm not hearing nothing. I don't like when I'm not hearing nothing. Because this is cranked up and you're not... Hello? Oh, it's just decided to be a pain in the balls. Great. Alright, well, we may have to switch into Google Play Music then. Play some of my old records. My records, but you know what I mean. Anyway. But yeah, that was a bit disappointing. I said, you know what? Like, you lose after 7 fucking saves. That's the game telling you, put it down. You're done for the night. You're not gonna do anything better. Let's put it that way. All you're gonna do is end up pissed off and angry, then it's not gonna make for a good stream. Probably make for a great stream because it'd be fucking fun, but no, yeah. Okay, so this wants to be a pain in the ass. Lovely. I love it. I love you, Amazon Music. I love you. I think it knows I'm lying to it. Probably does. And you picked the worst fucking song. No. Oh, you are just in a mood tonight, aren't you? Great, because I needed this. Bullshit day, too. At least I can't complain about traffic today. What the hell happened there? What did you do? So you just forgot what you were... Oh my god. Let's just force you to start again. Sunshine when she's gone. It's not warm when she's away. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone, and it's always gone too long. Anytime she goes away. Wonder this time where she's gone. Wonder if she's going to stay. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone, and this house just ain't no home. Anytime she goes away. And I know, 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 I know. Hey, don't leave that thing alone. There ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Only darkness every day. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. This house just ain't no home. Anytime she goes away. Anytime she goes away. Anytime she goes away. Anytime she goes away. You are just fucking destroying it tonight. Let me just tell you. God damn. Alright, well, I guess we're going to Google. Let's see what we got on there. Pain in the ass. Fucking garbage ass fucking thing. You know what, I haven't listened to in a while. Let's see. My music. Dude, what is with all the streaming services tonight? Are they all fucking garbage? Somebody like hack all of them or something? Like denial of service attacks everybody? My music. Mother bitches. Less than 10,000 days. I'm gonna have to turn it down a little bit because it will override me. Oh, let's do the business while I'm thinking about it. Well, I'm sitting down now because it fucked me up. Let's sit down here and do what we gotta do. Reference photo. Follow on Facebook. Okay, spell my own name. Burned. I own the TV, 'cause tragedy thrills me. Whatever flavor, it happens to be like a murder. And we'll do this. Christmas sky, back up story. It's never fun till someone dies. And there's a store on there if anybody wants to. The Society 6 store is on my Two Society Studios page. Just click store. It's all there. Me like I am a monster. Put out your one face, but with the other, stare like a junkie into the TV. Stare like a zombie while the mother holds her child, watches him die, hands to the sky crying, why oh why? 'Cause I need to watch things die from a distance. Vicariously I live while the whole world dies. You all feel it too, don't lie. Why can't we just admit it? Why can't we just admit it? We won't give pause until the blood is flowing, even brave and bold Life is a story, so we won't give pause until the blood is flowing. I need to watch things die from a good safe distance. Vicariously I live while the whole world dies. You all feel the same, so why can't we just admit it? Like, babe, come down. Half vampire, half boy. You're Sam. Did the stare at the transmission sink to the depths where la 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 la. I do want to kind of give everybody heads ups for things that are coming down the line. It's not like anything close to here, but well, one's kind of close, I guess. Wait, no, that one won't bother anybody here. Never mind. Oh no, it's the. There's a Wednesday night coming up. I can't remember if it's this Wednesday or the next Wednesday. I have to double check with my wife. I might be a little late starting because she's got a mandatory meeting that goes till like 8 o'clock at night. So, you know, I'm in charge of the kids. I mean, luckily they are of an age where, for the most part, you know, they can reach me out here without having to, you know, like they're not alone because we have a intercom through the Echo devices or whatever and all that stuff going on. So I might not, yeah, it might be a little, it might be like tonight, like 8:15. It shouldn't be like a wildly late thing. I'm just gonna make sure they're all nice and set and ready to go. If I were to survive, so it is, so it's always been. Trying to think. There was another one too. There's another date. Oh, I was thinking even I've been putting in stuff, just kind of trying to plan. I'm not planning cutoffs or timing specifically for paintings. It's just like in the worst case scenario, I need to, you know, if I start this now, I need to, you know, at such and such a time, I need to end it by this such and such time. And so like little things like saying, okay, well I started this painting here on the 22nd, right? But saying I would like to have it done by, you know, ideally by no later than October 17th, 18th, whatever the. I had it planned out too. Damn it. I check my calendar real quick. No, off of there. No, off of there. Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Will you get in here? Dad, I'm Jesus Christ. Oh, sorry. I wanted to have this one done by September 17th. That's my plan. And then, like, you know, you'd start the next one by the 19th, yada, blah, 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 blah. So it was like basically giving myself a month every time, you know, because that's what I've been trying to keep anyway, is about a month, a painting per month. So far we've done pretty good with that. We're actually a little ahead, especially considering I started late this year. Not that I was streaming on here at the time, but the first painting of the year, I didn't start till January 18th because I had the flu and bronchitis. So I was a mess physically. So I had to wait till I at least was functioning as a human being. Then I mean, I only have like a vague idea of what paintings I wouldn't do during these times, etc. But the one thing I was thinking about was, I stream on Wednesdays and I stream on Thursdays. And Thursday in November, there's Thanksgiving, one of the Thursdays. So obviously I won't stream on Thanksgiving. Because I like eating and I like sleeping. I don't know what your guys' plans are for it, but sorry, I don't care. Like, I'll probably put a rerun on if anybody's really that desperate to see me do stupid shit. But then, I'm pretty happy with those. Pretty happy there. Guess we gotta start working on that dirt. Wish this all away. I'm actually gonna start on a lighter. Look at it, good father does till dawn. Begged like a hooker all night long. The devil with my song. And got what I wanted all along. But we're, that's not bad. Like I said, I'm not going to do it on Thanksgiving. I'll put it in a thing, but obviously Friday, it's Black Friday. I don't work, so I'll do it then. So we'll do a stream that night. Which I'm sure is like every other Twitch streamer ever, but whatever. You away, Say, dim my eyes, dim my eyes, dim my eyes if they should compromise. Fuck me, it bet my ass will make. I don't want to get rid of all the yellow ochre, like straight yellow ochre, because I'm going to need it too. Trying to chug the coffee before, I don't want it to be cranking in my system at like 10:30 at night. I just want it there to get me there. I always have coffee when my son's at karate, so it's like I'm like, you know what? I'm just now at this point absolutely require it on a Monday night. Plus, gives me that last little stitch against the ADD at the middle of the night. Gives me a little more stimulant, and then I'm good to go. Expect that to be a little more liquidy. Okay. That's alright, that's alright. We're alright, we can work with this. Try not to paint over the rock that we had forgotten about the first time, and then we added it back in there. Damn it, there's another date I thought about that I had to look at. Oh, what's Halloween this year? That's one. That's one I forgot to look at. Because whatever at Halloween, forget about. You can just forget about that one. I ain't streaming on Halloween. That's a Wednesday. So, I'll do something else on Halloween, because, sorry, Halloween is too important around here. In my neighborhood. It's too important to me, period. Doesn't matter. I don't give a shit about the neighborhood. I mean, I love them, but you know, if they didn't like it, oh well, I'm still going nuts for it. I mean, I'll give you guys like a, you know, a nice little video or something to show the setup of the house and maybe my costume or whatever. I don't know what I'm doing this year. I had something planned big last year and it failed miserably. I had run some tests, it looked like everything was working fine, and then the damn thing wouldn't hold at all once I started moving with it. It was kind of like this ghostly figurehead. It was like just a pale mannequin head with like a hood, and I had like LED lights around it I could change color with on the remote, and you know. And once I actually started putting it into practice, it fell to shit. I was so pissed off, so I had to quick grab my ghillie suit. I don't want to do the ghillie suit again this year. I mean, I love it. It's so easy and it works so well, but now the kids are used to it. Which makes it even better when I don't use it, because then I put it on a dummy. I bought it, like, you know, just a stupid little, you know, all flush dummy or plush dummy or whatever, and then I put that in, the ghillie suit on that, leave that on the front lawn, and everyone's watching that, and then I can be whatever the hell I want, and the kids won't notice me until I'm already on top of them, just like scaring the shit out of them. I'm that house here, but yes, I'm that house. You all knew one of those houses in that, you know, in your neighborhood, and I'm that house. But you know what? The kids in my area love me. They love every Halloween. They come screaming up and they come screaming away. I'm very good with little children usually. I don't like, I'll go hide in, you know, in the back or whatever of my house so they don't come see me or anything, and I'll wait till they go. My in-laws, my parents come by usually. Like, my parents come by a little later, but my in-laws usually just come the whole night. And my father-in-law usually is the one like, okay, watch out, we got, you know, we got tiny ones. The only downside is some of the older kids have figured out if they show up with tiny ones that I can't get them. And that's where I run into my, you know, dilemmas. I could do the pirate again, but I gotta buy another pirate sword then, because my old pirate sword broke. The hilt split from the actual sword. I feel like I'm so far behind already. Like, I haven't decided what I wanted to do for Halloween yet, and it's so crazy. I mean, there's a 50-50 shot that me and the kids and the wife will find our way to Spirit Halloween, like, yeah, sometime this weekend or something. Since it's an extended weekend, it's a good time to go. See what's there. Sophia said she wanted to be a scary clown, so a scary clown would be a good one, you know. Because honestly, even Sophia's only 8 years old, but even she's already starting to like, kind of want to like give up on trick or treating just so she can stay at the house and scare kids. Vincent didn't last year, but then Vincent didn't do anything. Like he sat there on the front porch for a while, and then you know, he just sort of went in, and so that was it. We'd gotten this scary costume because he wasn't sure if he was trick-or-treating or not. And we're like, dude, if you're going with your friends, it's fine, you know? I mean, he was 10 years old. I mean, it's still, like, it's like, that's a weird age. I mean, I trick-or-treated up until I was like 15, 16, I think. I'm trying to think. So 15? I think 15 was my last year trick-or-treating. I was dressed up as a woman, but I wasn't like the goofy, like, overdone makeup or anything like that. I wore one of my ex-wife's No, wait, you know what? I take that back. I must have been 16 because I was in an art class, and I didn't get into an art class until... Oh, shit, you know, I might have been 17. Hold on. Because I was in an art class, but I was in Miss Casey's class. So we went to the Brandywine River Museum when I was dressed up as... Yeah, you know, I trick-or-treated until I was 17 years old. Amen. But I took one of her dresses and made myself some nice petite breasts with socks. Nothing big, you know, nothing crazy. Had pantyhose on, like dark blue pantyhose, so I didn't have to, like, shave my legs or anything like that. I mean, I would have if I had to, but I didn't want to do that because I know it'd be itchy. And then, like, beyond the costume, you know. Like, the week later, I'd be itchy. Then, you know, and I had forgotten that we had a field trip that day. So we went to the Brandywine River Museum. I'm dressed as a woman, you know, I guess a teenage girl, whatever, you know. And I look good. I had long hair, by the way, at the time. So you have to understand, my hair was long enough that it would, when wet, would be like down here. Okay, that's where it would stop when it's wet. And it's also worth noting that, like my hair now, it was shaved. So it was all shaved, like, you know, from basically my hairline back. So it was all from the top that it would go that long. Okay. So I think at that point it might have been growing out. Underneath too, but regardless. So I had my hair, you know, nice and long. It was all natural hair, you know, no bullshit, you know, wigs or anything else that would tip off to anybody that, you know, and I clean shaved that day, because the way my beard hair grows, I have to, like, that day, or by that evening, you will know. But one of the stories that my friends told me, at least, that I was not aware of until a little later in the day. We were, the hell were we at? I think we were getting back on the bus, and someone explained to me that at one point we were looking at, which Wyeth was it? Somebody painted a crow, and I can't remember which Wyeth it was. I think it was JC. I want to say it was JC Wyeth. I'd done something for an illustration of like Pose the Crow. Pose Raven, so I did a crow. That was good. Anyway, pardon-moi. I have to switch up here just a little bit to get a little tighter. I have to even go shift to that small brush too. But anyway, apparently when we were looking at it, one of the security guards at the museum were kind of giving from behind, and then they heard me go, "You know what I like about this painting?" And apparently a look of horror hit the guy's face. My buddy doing it just lost it. And I couldn't get him to explain what it was until later on, so that's when yeah. He's like, dude, he was checking you out, and then you spoke. So we're size. How we follow the path of the hero. I took it as a compliment, man, right? You know, my legs looked good. Anyway. So then I went trick-or-treating that night, and it was funny too, because again, I'd be going to the, I had to touch up the shave, and then we were going out to different houses or whatever, and someone, you know, are you supposed to be a little old to be trick-or-treating? What are you supposed to be anyway? And I was like, I'm dressed as a girl. Holy shit! Like, what? Like, oh, Jesus Christ, oh my God. I was expecting you just to be like a teenage girl, like just trick-or-treating just to give them free candy. Like, no. I'm a teenage boy, just trick-or-treating way too old to get free candy. Now it's really kind of entertaining too, with my weird obsession with Halloween. I mean, it's not weird. I mean, there's a lot of people like it. But anyway, um, the fact of the matter is that for my family, from my, not my family that, you know, I've raised and made, but that which I grew up in, my folks are never into it. And, you know, like, they'd put up some cheap plastic, you know, like the old school. If I showed you a photo, they'd be, oh yeah, those ones, you know, like the little, you know, little plastic pumpkin head or whatever, or, you know, maybe like a Frankenstein with, you know, pinwheel arms or whatever, you know. I guess it's the right ones, like, you know, with a little pin right there, and his arms would do that, where, you know, they could bend them all the way up, you know, whatever. And that's basically what our Halloween decorations consisted of. But there was a house, not far from here, actually, on a road they call Braxton Road, around here. And God, did I love their house. Now, mind you, this was back in the 80s, so you would actually, on occasion, go into the person's house when you were trick-or-treating. If they had, like, a haunted house, you know, you went in. God, they did such a good job. God, I remember this house. I still think about this house to this day. Like, God, I wish people weren't, like, paranoid out of their ass about, you know, going into people's homes. And this is from someone who's paranoid out of his ass, but Jesus, I'd like to scare the hell out of the kids in my house. Like, I'd do so much more. I'd be recruiting my sister, who's an aerospace engineer, to, like, build, like, you know, like a bleeding wall for me and stuff, just to make it work, you know, like, come in the house, and, you know, I had a whole system planned of fake molding that would let the blood come in and scoop back up through a pump and out. I knew exactly how to do it. It's just, you know, the logistical part of it, I need her to figure out. Is our way, Lord, our lives are upon the ground. You are the light and the way they will only read about. I only pray God knows what to do with you. 10,000 days in the fire is long enough. You're going home. So I don't know if that's the house that, like, triggered it in me. I mean, my brother kind of gets big into Halloween too, but he's not quite as fanatical about it as I am. My sister, I don't think, really does much down her way. But for me, man, I take off every Halloween. I do not work on Halloween because I got too much shit to put out. Yeah, we put out, my wife and I usually put out decorations like the probably first weekend in October or so. Maybe even like the last of September, you know. And then but we have X amount of stuff that, like, we wait till night of. I have this thing. Where is Helga? She's way in the back over there. Called Helga Toad Gutter, right? And she's it's a hand coming out of a grave, like a tombstone, and she holds her head, and she's, you know, gives random hexes or whatever on kids as they pass by. It's all motion sensor or whatever. Last year I bought my baby. This is my baby. It's a large, heavy as fuck tombstone with it's a gargoyle on it or whatever. The eyes light up, puts out mist. Right? Man, damn thing cost me $200, but Jesus is my baby. Love that girl. I don't know if it's a girl. It's just a badass gargoyle, man. This thing's all right. That was my new one last year. I am in love with that thing. Now, don't get me wrong, I still love Helga the Toad Gutter. Admittedly, when we first used Helga, I remember I actually told my wife, you know, dear, you got some competition right now. She loved that. Let me just tell you. But yeah, so long story short, too late, I know. I love Halloween. So we won't be streaming on Halloween. Like I said, maybe I'll just do a quick pop-in or something and let you guys see. It's hard to do, though, because by the time everything gets good, that is, it's dark enough that it becomes all effective. You know, like, I'm in the midst of it. I can't really go live and, unless I explain to my wife how to log in and from my phone or something and try to do it. I don't know. But I'll figure something out. We'll probably do like a Friday episode, even though I don't usually do Fridays or something. What else, though? What else is good? I am beginning to think I should have done, because I've been so careful around here that I probably should have done all this, like, should have done the rocks after I did the sand. Oh well. That's why I'm going up over here and I'm doing it. I'm like, whatever. Won't be that bad. I gotta figure out something new to get this year too. Because again, I like to keep my kids guessing, like, I saw this, if we were going to go with the clown theme, like my daughter was going to, my youngest was going for, I saw this big ass, like, 6 foot or 7 foot, like, tall animatronic clown. But once I saw it actually moving, I was like, for $200 or $250, something like that, I was like, that's not worth it. It just doesn't look good. It's very, you can see, like, if the wind blows, you'll see that it's a hard metal, just a thin pole, like that thick, basically. Like, am in my ways and my arrogance, burden of proof those who all non-believers. You were my witness, my eyes, my evidence. Judith Marie, unconditional one. But yeah, so I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do. I think we're gonna go with the clown theme. I wonder if I can find like a good, like, Pennywise, and not like new Pennywise, old school Pennywise, because that's my Pennywise. I'm taking it back. Beep beep, Richie. Sorry, that was, Tim Curry scared the shit out of me in that movie. Or miniseries, or whatever the hell it was. You know what? That year I was Pennywise. What's actually funny about that too is a friend of mine, his sister was having, she was probably about Sophia's age is now, but she was, I was 14. So, whatever. She's like in her 30s now. Anyway, she had seen it, and she had been very terrified. And her mother was trying to convince her to go out trick-or-treating. And she's, no! She said, why don't we go trick-or-treating? IT. And she's like, oh, it's okay. It's just a movie. It's just a thing on TV. Don't worry about it. Blah, 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 blah. And she finally convinces the little girl to go out. She's going to go trick-or-treating. And down I come, I'm coming down the street. And I'm doing the voice and everything. Wanna float? They all float out here. And she went back in, didn't trick-or-treat that night. And I feel really bad about that. Who was it? Katie Callahan, if you see this. I'm sorry. I apologize. You can have Jack beat me up. You to wave your finger, you must have been out your head. I hold deep in muddy waters, you practically raise the dead. Rob the grave to snow the cradle and burn the evidence down. Soapbox house of cards and glass, so don't go tossing your stones around. You must have been high. You must have been high. You must have been. Alright, we gotta start getting the pathways, because it's, mean, it's a Zen garden, dude. They're gonna be crafted in a specific, particular patterns. Foot and mouth and head up ass, so what you talking about? Difficult to dance round this one till you pull it out. Boy, you must have been so high. You must have been so high. Stay up, perceive your shady inference. Kangaroo down hung the jury with the innocent. What else can I talk about regarding? So my black kettle, you must have been high, high. You must have been high, high, high. Who are you to wave your finger so relevant? I hold steep in muddy waters, fucking hypocrite. Now I alone, your mirror shown me what's the difference. Kangaroo, he wronged the guilty with the innocence. Now, right here, miss. My black cattle. You must have been. Boom, 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 boom. Who are you to wave your finger? You know, there's another rock back there. Who are you to wave your fatty fingers at me? You must have been out your mind. Alright, let's see. This is look. Is it in focus? I can never tell. Like I said, hopefully Wednesday this is all cleared up. Worst case, Thursday. Hopefully I get rid of this goddamn headset. Tired of stepping on it. So tired of stepping on it. Let's see if I can do it a little tighter. Better like this or better like that? So you never want to have sex with an optometrist. Better like this or better like that? Better like this or better like that? All goddamn session. Just saying. Terrible. It's terrible. Why do people do this to me? Such bad influences. Lie alone, your mirror show you what's the difference. The kangaroo, he's wrong, he's guilty, yes, the government. Now. Telling you, man, not much longer, not much longer. I know, they're terrible cameras. All of these new ones are better. I really have no means of testing it until, like I said, I get this capture card. I have to start doing some digging too. I was, like I said, the reason I started talking about Halloween earlier was because I was thinking about like just kind of a general schedule. Again, not really like set 100% in stone. There's just certain things I would like to get done um, before they're wet at Christmas. Let's put it that way. Like, there's a painting I want to do from over in Villanova area. That was a good suggestion from a friend of mine. That I want to get done before, because it's going to actually end up being a donation thing, and I'm sure they would rather it. Like if it's before Christmas, they'll be able to get a good thing for it. I think, or I hope, if there's interest in it. Let's put it that way. I got goes like that more. Okay. This chair's going soon too. Jesus Christ. So I was just planning that stuff out, like I said, and then I realized that I can't stream on Halloween because it's a Wednesday, and I can't stream on Halloween because I don't work on Wednesdays. I scare children's on. Well, I don't work on Halloweens, I should say. I scare children's on Halloweens. So. And like I said, I would like to get that one done before Christmas. I'm leaving right now an opening for a commission too. So likely what I want to do is I probably want to do that Villanova one next, right after this. And then after that, I would leave open a spot for a commission. Because I've had a few people start to inquire about it. Whether or not they go through it all the way to the end, I don't know. But if they do, they do. If not, then I'll just have something else put in there. But I figure it's got to be kind of in that October, November range. This way it's dried if they're going to think about it as a Christmas gift for somebody or whatever. I can get it done that way, and then we can move on from there. And then for the last stretch of the year, I know there's holidays and there's shit I got to do during the holidays and all that stuff. So I was like, all right, you know what? Well, if we can keep the pace we're doing, where we finish up a painting in the middle of the month, then that means that if I'm finished up before Thanksgiving for the, October to November one, then that November to December painting will be, from whenever I finish it to the end of the year. As long as it's done by the end of the year, I've maintained my one painting per month goal. If I get ahead, fucking A, I'll get to 13. Fucking that'd be great. And then next year I'll fantasize again about what it would be like if I could paint full time. How many paintings I could do then. Because I think I'd be a lot faster. But anyway. I think I'd be back to where I was in, not quite as fast as I was in school, but there's something to be said about being in a zone and being able to just plow through stuff. I'm going to give them all a little darker area right there. Yeah, right by the rocks. Set it up. picture this, if you will. Alrighty. Picture this, if you will. So fucking shit, holy fucking shit, holy fucking shit, holy fucking shit, holy fuck. And the files being. I need a jaw. Just sort of carving it out. Lying this way, like an apparition, he well may die, ride me. I was cracking up now. Going back to Halloween because it's one of my favorite subjects. It's funny. My wife has been looking at for like the last year. I guess it was the first year they really had them. I guess. The Hocus Pocus line of costumes or whatever at Spirit. And when we went shopping, we had missed out on, like, they didn't have anything in her size. And when I looked online, they didn't have her size either. So she didn't get to do it last year, but we've been looking at it this year too. I'm probably going to order them very shortly. And she's looking through them the other day, and I was like, holy shit. They have now, they had, last year was like the $50 costumes or whatever, and then by the time you buy all the accessories, I'm sure you've spent about $100 if you were to buy like the full set, you know, whatever. You know, but even with this, the wig and the costume and maybe like a few dangles or whatever, you're probably up to the $70 range easy. But now they also sell a, how do they refer to it? Like theatrical copy for $120. But that's not the part I found funny. That I almost expected because the other ones were such a hit last year that they were like, oh, fuck yeah, we're going to make money. And they don't look much different from at least the photos online. So I'm kind of confused by them. But what cracked me up was that Spirit Halloween now is selling like what I would just generally would call like slutty Hocus Pocus costumes. And that's really bizarre. Because it's like, you think about Bette Midler's character, like how uglified they made it. And yet there's a short skirt little version of it with, you know, like knockers hanging. I don't know. It's just funny. I was like, wow, look at that, dear. For $40 you can be, you know, like the legitimate costume, or you could be the exact same character with, you know, less fabric. And she's like, yeah, I can't wear that at school. I'm like, can breathe right now. It was so real. Like I woke up in Wonderland. So terrifying. Wondering if we're all alone. This damn story. Doesn't anyone tell me why? Will I ever be coming down? This is so real. Finally, it's my lucky day. See, my heart is racing, 'cause this shit never happens to me. How's the carving of that go? Can't breathe right now. That's nice. GeoForce gamer drivers ready. Cool. Not right now. See, in my mind. This is bad, alright. I don't ever know where to begin. But we, oh, you know what? I think I have to go upstairs and give the kids kisses goodnight because they've actually gotten back to their school schedule for the most part. I don't think I was pushing him too hard for the 9 o'clock yet. Cold, eyes red, I'm out of my head. Am I alive or am I dead? Can't remember what they said. God damn, shit to bed. Hey, 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 I. Alright, so let me get that done real quick. I'm going to run in, because I didn't get in trouble, per se, last night, but thankfully the 8-year-old was still awake in her bed, so when I went in and gave her kisses, she didn't give me too much shit. This morning. My son was dead out, man. He was like, I mean, he was comatose last night when I went in there. Which is all the more disturbing that one of his friends was posting on the PlayStation Messenger or whatever, like screenshots of them playing at 1 in the morning. Not Vincent, but the friend. Because if he had been snuck up and started playing video games that late, I'd have beat his ass. Nah, I wouldn't have done that. I'd have locked the basement, though, from now on. Kept the key with me in my bedroom. This way I couldn't get down there. And what's funny is I don't even feel like I could talk to the kid whose mom, you know, like the mom of the kid who was posting that stuff, because I had a bad experience, and I think I mentioned on here before, when my my oldest was about 15. That sounds about right. She was dating this kid, and now I had access to her Facebook at the time, and I'm looking at all these messages pop in, at and my phone would start buzzing late at night. And I thought at first it was just my messages, like my, you know, updates for whatever reason of this thing or that thing, you know, emails, what have you. But then when I check it up in the morning, there's all these messages about, yo, come out back. And I'm like, excuse me? You know, like, what am I looking at here? And there's the boyfriend's name, and he's trying to convince her to sneak outside, and, you know, she did thankfully regularly refute him, so. But he's talking about being outside of my house, like right back here, at some 2:30 in the morning sometimes. And I was like, oh, fuck no. So I actually tracked down his mother, alright, on Facebook, and I sent her a message, like, hey, just FYI, your kid's posting stuff that sounds like he's out of my house, you know, out back of my house, you know, at like 2 in the morning. You know, you might want to do something about that. And she responded back with, you know how kids are. And I was like, let me make this clearer. If he's caught trespassing on my property, we'll have all sorts of issues. And then, it was like the next week, my friend Bob who I've spoken about on here before, the one who died. Um, he called me up out of the blue one day and said, "Yeah, hey, let's go shoot pool." And I was like, "All right, cool." I was like, "I'm painting, just let me know when you're ready." I said, "Just come by." I was like, "I'll get cleaned up." And then while I was waiting for him, Allie sent me a message saying she needed to be picked up at somebody's house, but she had been there with this kid, and so Bob gets here right as I'm like, Allie sends me this message. I was like, "Dude, all right, quick change of plans." I was like, "Okay, I cleaned up." And I said, "I got to go pick up Allie." And he says, "Okay." And then on the way over there, I'm telling him about the stuff going on, and he says, "All right, listen. When she gets in the car, just follow my lead." So I was like, "Okay," And sure enough, Bob starts like. First, Allie tries to get in the car, and there's Bob, like, in the passenger seat. So she's like, already thrown off because she wasn't expecting anybody else in the car. Yeah? Okay, good enough, whatever. She jumps in the back. And Allie's like, "Yeah, you scared me, And Bob's like, "Do you know who I am?" And she says, "No." And he's like, "My name's Bob. I'm a friend of your father's, and actually a friend of your mother's, too, because he'd grown up with Shannon." He says, but called your dad, see what he's doing, and so we're gonna go out shoot some pool. He said, but anyway, Brian, so what you want to do, like now that I know you don't like guns in your house. And he's like, so that's understandable. He's like, but they have non-lethal weapons that you can use to protect your house. He's like, there's like all sorts of you can use like a beanbag shotgun. He goes, that'll leave a mark and a half on the person if they decide to, if you're creeping around on your property, you want to just blast them with that. So it's won't hurt them, won't kill them. You don't have to worry about it accidentally firing off in your house and hurting and killing one of the children. And he's like, so you're cool on that end. You won't have to worry about your depression or any of that stuff being part of it. He's like, but like you said, you got a intruder. This will leave a mark. And Allie's eyes in the back seat are just getting wider and wider. And he goes, "Oh, sorry, I should let you know I'm a security consultant, and your dad was telling me how there's, been some people creeping around the house, and, he's not feeling so safe in your neighborhood." And she knows exactly what what we were talking about without us actually specifically calling him out. And her eyes are just getting bigger and bigger. I'm watching them in the rear view, man. And she is... And then I see her go... like that on the phone. So I'm like, okay, well, I know who she just messaged. Yeah. And it was shortly after that they broke up. Don't come creeping near my house at fucking 1 in the morning, you fuck. Anyway, and see, the one thing I always like to point out to people, when I talk about, one of the reasons why Bob's death affected me so badly is when I was in college, I went through kind of an existential crisis kind of thing going on. I was studying philosophy, and I literally started to deny my own existence kind of thing. Like, I had gotten heavy into the thought process because a lot of it was getting me through my divorce with Allie's mom in college. I mean, I'm a 20-year-old divorcee, man. There's some shit you got to deal with, And so I'm like, okay. I was working through that stuff, but it kind of turned backwards on me and got me a little fucked up mentally for a little while. So one of the things that I ended up doing was kind of rebuilding reality around certain truths. And one of the truths that I had worked on was that I could rely on Bob. I knew I could have called him that day. We hadn't, this was senior year in college, so we hadn't spoken since graduating, so it was about 4 years or so. I don't think so. Maybe I did run to a bar one night, but I don't remember exactly. But the fact was, I knew that even having not spoken to him in so many years, I could call him up, and with literally anything. I could have drenched myself in blood, got some pig's blood or something, drenched myself, and knocked on his door and be like, "Bob, I fucked up, dude. I need some fucking help." And they say a good friend will be like, "Dude, I'll be your alibi," but a great friend will be like, "I'll bear the body with you. Where do you need to go?" And Bob's one of those guys that I knew, he would have gone, "Hold on, going back in the house, come out with like a hacksaw and plastic bags and all sorts of stuff, and like and a shovel, like let's go, like jumped in the car, would have been ready to go. And that proof is in that exact incident, because when my friends all found out that I was going to be a father in high school, all my friends were like, "Oh, you're gonna have a little girl. You're gonna have to help scare her." Like the boys when they're come, and like every one of my friends was like, "Oh, I'll be there." My one buddy was joining the Marines. He's like, "I'll come with like fucking like cleaning out my guns and stuff." And when the kid comes for the first date, and my one buddy's like, "I'll pretend I'm hacking into there. What's your parents' last name?" Like all sorts of crazy stuff. And Bob was like, "I'll just be like scary Uncle Bobby," like kind of thing. And sure enough, in the end, he's the only one who showed up. I mean, it was random happenstance that night, but damn it, he played the role he talked about playing, 15 years earlier. And so when like I said, I was kind of rebuilding this idea of reality and trust, and that was one of the things I thought was I could trust Bobby. And then when he died and I found out that he'd been hiding this huge fucking secret of being a heroin addict, it was like reality went poof. That's why his death fucked me up so badly. I was like, that whole thing was like, wow, or literally everything about it just sort of fell to shit, didn't it? And all that was happening at a time when really my work situation had become such that it was like I was already starting to not like people because of it, and no longer having the original anchor for what trust was. Everybody was a piece of shit. And it's hard to function like that. And like I said, I sealed up my studio for a while because I couldn't paint anymore because I found out about it all in here. So it's one of the reasons why it's still like I still can't even bring myself to his grave. I haven't even asked his sister where it is. But think about it for you, probably, let's see, it's been 4 years now. So yeah, I'll share a secret. Alrighty, here we go. And then I'll make it on the right screen so I know I'm watching. And then I'm gonna go in and give my kids kisses goodnight. Here's a little secret. The reason that calendar is still there, it's May 14th, 2014. That's not the time that Bob died. Bob died in January. That was the last time I tried to do anything in here before I started painting again in March 2017. I had flipped it over to that, hoping to be able to work. Just it'd been a few months, and I tried to come in, and I couldn't do anything. So that's why that's there. I won't take it away. It's like it's a bit of a reminder to. For a while there, it was just like it was like a frozen time capsule, and now it's more of a reminder not to let it fuck with me anymore. Alright, that's a good song. I don't want to leave on this, and this way I can come back to it. Alright, so let me hit my be right back. I gotta go put my kids to bed. And let me do this. Alright, and we'll transition. Just click the button. There we go. Alright, be back in a few. Okay, still got in trouble. They went to bed at 9 tonight. The youngest is up. Finally! Jesus Christ. Told you, she's 50 pounds of attitude in a 5-pound bag. Anyway. Give these humans free will. And now they're all confused. Monkeys talking, monkeys know that he done has enough to go around. Plenty in this holy garden, sing the monkeys. Right into Alright, let's see here. Look, it's a bunch of slow victories. I know that, you know, like, it's all a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and a little song, a little dance. Batman's head on a lance. Baffled and confused. Father, bless thee all with reason. And this is what they choose. Monkey killing, monkey over pieces of the ground. Silly monkeys, give them thumbs, they forge a blade and comes us bound to divide. Right into right into monkey killing, monkey over pieces of the ground. Silly monkeys, give them thumbs, they make a club and beat their brother down. How they've survived so misguided is a mystery. What's one of the ability to fighter. Combine all right into cutting it all right into. All right, let's see here. Little victories, that's all. What do I want you to do, fucker? Alrighty. Ow! I swear to God, I can't wait for this. Tiny man. Another few days, and we are cool. We are golden. Wednesday. Tomorrow I think I gotta take some time and think I gotta play a little Rocket League with my daughter's boyfriend. She's gotta be working, so She works at the Phillies. They're going to be in town. They are in town. They're getting their asses kicked right now by the Nationals. Hopefully they figure something out, man. They are in some. They were doing really well, and then suddenly they just find over. And nobody can blame me. I haven't been watching them. I will say I almost took it personally when I started working for them back in 2010. It was like they just started sliding and sliding. It was like, is it me? Like, I don't really believe in superstitions like that, but damn, man. I will say I believe in one superstition in that ballpark, and there's one superstition I will hold to, and I will never, well, two. I'll say there's two. I'll give them two. One, you don't talk about you're watching a perfect game or a no-hitter. When Doc was throwing his no-hitter in the playoffs last year, not last year, Jesus Christ, in my first year, I had come late to the game, and I was amazed how fast we were moving through the game. When I got there, I was like, holy shit, we're already, And they were like, my partner at the time was like, no. I was like, what? I'm like, what, what's going on? He goes, something's happening, and we're not going to talk about it. And I went, okay. And I looked up the board and I went, okay, I'm not going to say a damn thing about anything. But one of the things is, I also should have been very careful, because the one I do really hold true to is you never say how fast the game is going. You never, ever talk about how fast the game is going. That's like Fight Club, man. You don't fucking talk about that shit at all. And turn it all right into cutting it all right into cutting it all right into and the only thing is, it's like, I know it's a superstition, but damn, man, I have seen that happen way too many times, where it was like, things are cruising along, and then you're sitting next to somebody, like on the break table, and they go, man, this game's going fast! And then, fuck, it stops. One of the worst things that ever happened to me, in regards to that, was it was a game where I think Cliff Lee had started the game, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Cliff was pitching. Was it the White Sox? I don't remember who we were facing. It might have been the White Sox. I was working the press elevator at the time. Now, the trick of the press elevator at that time was the person who did the home dugout, who happened to be my father, would come to relieve me at 8 o'clock. And I'd go on my break. But my break ended at the end of the 5th inning. No matter how much time was in between there, I had to be back on by the end of the 5th, because my father, who worked the home dugout, had to be back down at the the home dugout by the 7th inning, because the Fanatic was going to come out and do his dance. So he had to, you want to leave a little time there. I mean, not that it's that far away, but you still want to make sure he's back. He's got to go get a stool, he had to do certain things. It's like you want to make sure he's got time to get all that done. So Cliff was pitching that day, and as I recall, he was going through like fire. Like, my break lasted approximately 12 minutes. Like, the nice thing was I had access to the Diamond Club kitchen, so they were nice enough to always make me food if I really needed it. I tried not to use them very often, but it was like, this was a day where I was like, I don't have enough time to run all the way back, because it was like on the exact opposite side of the ballpark, to go to the employee lounge or whatever and get food from their Aramark people there. So I was like, I asked the guys in the kitchen to make me some chicken fingers. They made me some chicken fingers. I ran out to in the press room or whatever down there, quick, ate them out. I'm just shouting down real quick, and I ran right back on that elevator. And somebody said, I don't know who it was, but somebody must have said, See, this game's going fast. Because, I mean, it burned through the fifth. Like I said, it was about 8, 15, and we were already done the fifth inning. Somebody must have said something because the brakes went on hard. And that game, I think, went to 18 innings. Right? And I was stuck on this press elevator, which, by the way, the press elevator, for those that don't know, is really busy before the game. And it's really busy after the game. During the game, it's basically just a trash elevator. And I'm there just to primarily do, there's a few, front office people that have to go up and down on occasion. But for the most part, I'm there to help the guys from the Diamond Club do their trash. But the problem was, when the games go that long, 90% of the Diamond Club people go home. So there's not that much trash being done. In fact, they closed the kitchen, and so that means the kitchen trash is done. They're not coming out again. So basically, I sat there in a box alone for several hours, hungry as shit because I'd eaten at 8:15, all and scarfed it down like as fast as I could, and then everything went to shit. So I'm not a huge believer in superstitions, but I will hold true to, you do not talk about, if you work at the Phillies, you do not talk about how fast the games go. And that's if you work there and you're not even there that night. I'm going to hold that too, because my father, one time, he was out and, we're at a game that was going pretty well. It's clipping along. I think it was when he had his knees done, so he was home, recouping. And he sends me a message. Wow, this game's cooking. I mean, Jesus Christ. Here's what I want you guys to do. Picture what it's like. Drive down the highway at 90 miles an hour. Pull your emergency brake and jam your brakes. And that's about what it's like. Because it was just like, as soon as he sent it to me, they tied up the game, or they start doing pitching talks all the time. I was like, oh my God. As soon as it happened too, as soon as I started seeing the game slow down and stuff, I just sent a message back to my dad. I blame you. It's plain and simple. This is your fault. Just because you're not here tonight doesn't mean you're immune from its power. Yeah. I mean, shit, I remember I was yelled at my first week there about doing that. One of the supervisors, Angie, she yelled at me so much, man. We were in the staff room. I was having lunch. That was 2010. I'll never forget it. It was a dock game. Man, this game's going fast. What you saying? You out of your mind? Turned to my father. Bill, better watch your son. Let's see here. This doesn't feel like there's a spot here which I don't feel like fills. Anyway, it doesn't feel like it should be a normal color. I'll try something. Like, it doesn't feel like if I put anything standard, it won't give me the color that I want out of it. I know it sounds weird, and I shouldn't talk in such vagaries, but there's just these elements where it's like, I don't even know if that teal, it's got a funky tint to it. It's not clean. And it's going to be a color that will look odd at first. Maybe a little cerulean. I got cerulean coming, so I'm not as afraid to use this last bit. I mean, I prefer not to use it all up before. Alright, let's see here. The, that might have been that. Just that little dab. Throw a little. Because it's going to mix in a little bit with the yellow ochre. Bill, check your son. That was funny. She was so mad at me. Oh my god. I didn't think it could, like, yeah. I didn't realize I could have pissed somebody off that much. That was a gift to do that badly. It's a notification. Might even be worth it to actually put a little bit of that in there now. Let me just throw a tab in there. Hopefully it's not too much. Hopefully just like kill it. Like I remember it's gonna pick up stuff too, you know, like it is going to just snag a bit. Like Snagglepuss. But it's like this area right up in here. There's just this color tone that I just wanna it's a little off. It's just not quite light brown. There's like definitely a hint of blue. Like I said, that like bluish teal. I think it's definitely there. I think that's the one I wanted. Yeah, I think it's going to be in all these spots. It's just this little element that just was definitely needed. Like right along this edge here. Up in this area. Yep. Yep. Let's see if this will actually work now. Took off the Google Play and let's try the there's some orangish colors in there I gotta worry about. Love somebody. I need somebody to love. Well, I wanna love somebody. I ain't looking for someone to love. Does you need to get back in the arms of a good friend? And I need to get back in the arms of a girlfriend. I didn't know nobody, and then I saw you coming my way. Well, I didn't know nobody, and then I saw you coming my way. 'Cause you need to get back in the arms of a good friend. Oh, 'cause honey, believe me, sure love to call you my girlfriend. Damn, suddenly I'm hungry. Which is weird, because I don't snack normally when I'm like on a karate night, so I don't know why I'm feeling it now. I did not think I'd be reincarnated so quickly. Get back in the arms of a good friend. Oh, 'cause honey, believe me, I'd sure love to call you my girlfriend. 'Cause you got a good thing going, baby. You only need somebody to love. Well, you got a good thing going. You're only looking for someone to love. Don't you need to get back in the arms of a good friend? There we go. There we go. Let's give me something I like. Now there's a little bit of like an orangey tone there. We're going to go back with that too, and there's something here. We'll get that later. Because I'll be honest, I don't know how much more we're going to get done tonight. I mean, I'm going to... Never gonna set you free. No, I'm never gonna set you free. It's funny. The other night it was revealed to us that... Now, I've known my mailman for quite some time. Alright, he's Danny, who lives next to where my wife's grandmother used to live. Okay, you know, it's Danny the mailman. You know? Okay, that's fine. And I'm not going to say his name on here, but the last name, it turns out, is actually, he is Danny, the friend of one of my friends. He's like, or the brother of one of my friends, I should say. So, like, I've known this kid since a kid. He's a grown man like me now. He's actually older than me. I didn't realize who he was. He looks nothing like he did when we were growing up. But it's like, oh, I've known him since I was probably 8 years old. He was at a party when we were younger, and I was so drunk that I was talking to a person that had left 45 minutes earlier, and he had been there. He was at that party. And I didn't realize that was him. That's not bad. It's a dirty queen. I was cracking up when that was revealed to us the other day. I was like, oh my god, really? Like, and now there's a few months ago he'd asked me if I knew who he was. A few months, it was probably a year ago. Because it was definitely, I think, when I was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Or I should say, recovering from being cuckoo with Cocoa Puffs. Should that be I'm saying? No way. In the way. See if I'm doing things. That's most you. We wanted to. She is a dirty queen. She is a dirty queen. Don't know your name. Just want to know your name. I did like how, sorry, just thinking back to when I saw George Clinton last year. Like, they made it a point to say, like, rock and roll and funk and all that stuff has all, like, similar grandparents, like, it's a good way to put it. So they could play this, like, dirty queen, like, and then meanwhile, slide right back into, give up the funk. It's like, you want it? Don't you need it? Don't you love it? Don't you feel it? Dangerous! Uh-oh. That's what happened the other night. It wasn't like finding the... I don't want to force it either, because it's like that's how they end up... Where the cats go fucking... No more good. I want you. I want to need you. Alright. Say body. It's a heart. Heart. What? Let's go. I want you, and I need you. I want you to keep me going. I want you. I need you. I want you to keep me going. I want you. I want you to keep me going. There's some back here. She is a dirty queen. She is a dirty queen. Huh. Alrighty. A little bit there, a little bit there, a little bit over here. And look, I know it's a painfully slow gate, but if you were here the other night, you heard me saying, I really like this place. I want to make this like... I'm not painting, you know, a landscape interior. I really don't know what we would refer to this as, because it's technically something that would normally be outside, but it's inside the museum, so, you know, it's confusing. But the thing is, I'm painting a portrait. And I'm painting a portrait of somebody that, like, you know, it's not quite the same as painting a portrait of my wife the first time I did it. But I feel like there's almost that type of pressure. It's like, see, when the first portrait that I did of my wife, I did something along the lines of like 15, 16, I would say successful drawings. There were other drawings that I scrapped, and I don't know what happened to them. I think half of them were lost in a flood at my parents', if not more. Tell them please to put on some speed, follow my lead. Oh, how I need someone to watch over me. But like I was like, before I did that painting, I wanted to make sure like I knew her face. I was doing all the drawings in ballpoint pen, so I wouldn't actually, you know, like if I fucked up and it's done. It's got to go over, you know. There was no way to fix it. It was, you know, a without parachute kind of idea, you know. Like, if the drawing's wrong, if her nose is wrong or whatever, I gotta throw it all out and start again. It was the first thing I would say, like. I won't say it's a masterpiece, but it was done with the intention of how masterpieces were made. If that makes sense. Like, you know, for someone who's typically more impressionist and more about, you know, I mean, yes, I would like to paint, play, and air, but I can't with my life. But aren't you that guy? I'm like, yeah, whatever. Anyway, you know, it's like but that's my ideal place, let's put it that way. It's my ideal way to do things would be to be you know, out in the wild, going raw and quick. But like I said, my lifestyles has unfortunately turned that for a while at least, taken that from me. But you know, in my head, I still think like that. But to do this painting, especially at the time, I was still doing it like that a lot of times. But I took pictures of this one for her, and I did, you know, I took a lot of time practicing and making sure I could, you know, like I could get her face down perfect. I did basically like one color study sketch or whatever, you know, oil painting sketch or whatever of her. I did, like, I was working my ass off on that. There was a lot of pre-work done before that painting ever saw, you know, its first even real touch of oil paint, you know. Thankfully, at the time, I worked at one of the slowest stores in the country for Sprint PCS. So there was all this downtime there, so I just did it then. It's working quite nice, actually. There's all these little moments that's giving me a chance to kind of pop a new color in there a little bit. That's a little too much there. I need to get the real yellow ochre in there a little bit. Pop, pop. Just a little cut it deck. There we go. Oh, but like I was saying, at one point, so when I was recouping, I guess, I think I was home still. And Danny asked me, "Do you know who I am?" I was like, "Hey, Danny lives next to, you know, Bubby's." And then, yeah, okay. I was like, "Yeah, okay." Meanwhile, I'm like, so it turns out I've known him since I was like, in my defense, I've like never seen this gentleman without his sunglasses on. So I haven't seen his eyes. When I knew him, he had hair. There's probably going to be a good chance to start talking to him more often because my in-laws are talking about actually selling their home and renting out what used to be my wife's grandmother's house. So that was purchased by like a flipper, like a house flipper, and he's actually turned it into like a rental property. So they're talking about getting that. It looks like that's a little blurry, isn't it? Can't quite see. Is that a little better? Looks like a little better. Not really. Okay, now I look at it live and I'm going, no, it's not any better at all. It's just as bad. Wednesday, baby. I'm telling you, Wednesday, hopefully it's good. Hopefully we solve this problem. Hopefully fix my shit. Alright, and I don't want to get too heavy into this area right now because again, I've got to work with this idea that, you know, like everything's done in sections here because it's like we'll be entering into this area here. It's all got to be carved away slowly and surely, you know, like I should probably actually have done this. I don't. That's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. I just had to get a few dabs. That's all. We're alright. We're not too bad. How are you? Stupid conversation anyway, or boring conversation anyway. Look, we got company. I saw perhaps one of the funniest videos. I don't know why. I mean, it struck me as absolutely hilarious this afternoon. Somebody did overdubbed quotes from episode 1 with Annie, little Annie, over Darth Vader's spots from A New Hope. It was good. I'm a pilot, you know. And they're like, yeah. There's a big pod race tomorrow in Boonta Eat. Yeah, uh-huh. She kissed me. I'm the only human that can do it. Yes. Yeah, like, oh god. And I just hear them start, like, somebody added in, like, oh god, shut up. Like, I don't know. It was good. It was a good little bit. I hugged her and she hugged back. Like the sailor said, quote, ain't that a hole in the boat? My head keeps spinning. I go to sleep and keep grinning. If this is just the beginning, my life is gonna be beautiful. Life's sunshine enough to spread. It's just like the fella said. Tell me quick, ain't love a kick in the head? Like the sailors said, ain't love a kick in the head? Like a sailor said, quote, ain't that old boat? My head keeps spinning. I go to sleep and keep grinning. If this is just the beginning, my life is gonna be beautiful. Eyes telling me we'll be wed. She's picked out a king-size bed, or I'd be sick. Tell me quick. Oh, ain't that a kick? Tell me quick. Ain't love a kick in the head? I guess I do have to have a conversation at some point with Danny and be like, yeah, that day you asked me if I knew who you were. Like, I knew you were Danny the Mailman. But I should also let you know I was sometimes hearing sales engineers in my fucking basement, or my living room. Sometimes the basement too, depending on what room I was in. You know, I was having auditory hallucinations at the time too. So you gotta forgive me if I didn't recognize you. Not have a new Datsun, 'cause everyone's a millionaire. Take a winner, I'm a sinner. Do you want my autograph? Alright, before we wrap up, because it's getting that time and I'm getting tired. You know, Mondays I'm used to like a short night. I'm used to an hour and a half. It's been quite long. Not even an hour and a half usually, right? It's usually like an hour and 20 minutes, maybe, if that. The new shit should be here Wednesday, like I said, so hopefully I can get that camera up and running like that, if there's not any big delay. I'll try to do it. If I can't, we'll just hold off for a little bit, you know. Like I said, I'll try to work it before Thursday, but it all depends on when the camera card, you know, the capture card or whatever actually gets here, and when the microphone gets here. That may hold off another day or whatever. All that's going to be in the air for a little bit. That's what I'm saying. It's about time to go. Also, I've ordered the posters. Like I said, I've ordered 50 posters of the tulips. Once those arrive, and I get to see how they are, how they look, I'm sure everything's good. Most likely what I'll end up doing, I mean, not that anybody gives a shit, I guess, you know, but like I'll give them a signature or something to, you know, maybe try to sort of increase their value eventually one day. You know, maybe your grandkids might like be able to sell them for like $20, you know, something. I don't know. You know. And I think what I'm going to do too. I mean, we're 38 followers, right? I need 12 more. I gotta figure out how to push something to make some people show up. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. I asked my wife to be naked on camera. She said no, so that's not gonna work. I didn't do that. I didn't do that. I already knew the answer was no. Anyway, theme for the party to get naughty, get my rocks on, eat popcorn, watching my robot to the pop song that I'm singing, dingling. If I think of something else I wanted to say. I know there's something else. It's probably not that fucking important. I'll keep everybody updated. Like I said, now that school's back and all that stuff gets crazy, and the CW schedule shifted again, and I gotta pay attention to when they're doing the Batwoman crossover thing, because I want to watch that, and we'll see. I prefer to watch that one live. We'll see little bits. It all depends on what painting we're working on and how far along we are. I mean, that's not till like December, right? I guess what it is, or something like that. So maybe we'll be past all this stuff. Who knows? I can't think of what the hell else I was going to say. It's probably not that important. Yeah, it's gone. Whatever it was, it's gone. So we'll pick it up on Wednesday. And we'll see what we can get from there. And hypothetical, political, lyrical, miracle whip, just like butter. My mom's like shit, 'cause I'm the Humpty, not Humpty Dumpty, but Humpty Hump. Here a hump, there a hump, everywhere. Oh, shut up and just listen. Not this, and don't get me wrong, but to me it's just the same old song. So just watch, 'cause my name is Shaka Like the Rocket, and you can't stop this. Tupac, go ahead and rock this. Now clown around when I hang around with the underground. Girls used to frown, saying damn when I come around. Gas me, and when they pass me, they used to diss me, harass me, but now they ask me if they can kiss me. Come on, somebody tell me what I was thinking. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll do something, like I said. Maybe around the posters, I'll do like a giveaway for the 50th or something. Something. I gotta figure out something. I gotta get 50. They're probably gonna be, like I said, depending on the quality, they're likely to be $12. I was doing the math, and I'm like, to make like a little profit, I gotta sell them at about $12. So I gotta buy tubes and shit to mail them out in, all that stuff. So, that shit's cheap. What else did I need to say? But like I said, I'll let you guys know. I'll probably, if they come in, I don't know when they're due in, because they're going to ship via ground, but they're shipping ground from Philadelphia, so it's like, it's if I had a day off I could use to go pick them up, I would have done that, but I don't have that time. Because I need to take off for Halloween. And I need to have at least one or two just in case the kids get sick, So, anyways, like I said, I'll put them on here. Hopefully, like I said, Wednesday night we can have new camera and new microphone, and I don't have to be like so, Oh, now you're just trying to anyway. Now it's just playing songs it knows that I like. It's like, well, you've listened to these several times, so we're just gonna play them. Anyway, yeah. So we're gonna say that's gonna be it for tonight. We're just gonna keep carving away at it slowly. I mean, I'll be honest, it's not. The problem with this one is that because it's an actual Zen garden, these have specific patterns. So I'm trying to hold on to them as best as I can, as well as still being able to experiment with my color a little bit. I wanted to do some things, like I said, that little light teal or whatever, turquoise blue or whatever, that's a little different. I like it. It's got a nice little balance to it. It's shadowy, but it's not like cuckoo and what have you. Check the Facebook page for, the good photo of it, at least, or the better photo of it. The good photos don't come until the end usually, when I break out the good camera and take high megapixel craziness and all that. But anyhow, So if you want to keep like a real status, because it looks like shit on this, hopefully it won't look as shitty when we get the new camera. And that's gonna be everything for now. Facebook.com/BrianCoatesPaintings, and yeah. And I will do this, and we will say goodnight. So I will catch you guys Wednesday. I don't think this Wednesday is the one my wife was telling me about. So should be normal time. Keep an eye again on the Facebook page, on the Twitter page. Either or. There'll be updates on that on Wednesday night. Have a good night.